Hello, this is Giuseppe Conti. I am the founder of Conti Advanced Business Learning, a company that specializes in negotiation and influencing. Today, we want to continue our reflection on some of the business learning from the Brexit negotiation. In particular, I want to focus on one point: managing internal and external negotiation. In the Brexit negotiation, we have an interesting scenario, because the situation is difficult both for Europe and for the UK. If you look at Europe, for instance, they have to align 27 different countries, and they have to deal with the growth of populism in a number of countries. The situation is not easy also on the British side, because the situation is quite tense in both Scotland and Northern Ireland, and also they have a pressure from the Labour Party. What kind of learning can we take from those Brexit negotiations? I have three advices for you that we can summarize as follows. The first one is conditioning. The conditioning principle is that you try to set up front the expectation and define something which is realistic. For instance, if you look at the approach used by Theresa May, she has challenged some of the unrealistic requests that got inside their countries, like we want exactly the same benefits as before, and reframe it into we're going to go for the best possible deal. The second learning is agreeing up front on a strategy that takes into account some of the differing interests. For instance, what Europe did, they prepared the European Council Brexit negotiating guidelines that provide a clear framework on how Europe wants to approach the negotiation. The third learning is anticipating the internal consequences of the deal. In the case of Europe, then the challenge is to make sure that they are able to agree a fair deal with the UK, and at the same time a deal which is not too good, in order not to encourage other countries to follow the same path of the UK. To sum up, the tricky messages are conditioning, which is setting realistic expectation up front towards your internal parties, agreeing a strategy that takes into account the different interests, and anticipating the consequence of the deal in your own internal situation. If you're interested in negotiation and influencing, check our website www.cabl.ch, and you can click on the link below. Thank you very much. Have a great day.